Hey loves, in this tutorial, I'll be showing you all how to cut and sew a chic overlapping keyhole bustier dress featuring a unique dangling strap design. You learn how to structure the fitted bodice, create the open keyhole detail, and add those playful hanging straps for a dramatic trendy finish. Now this is perfect for elevating your summer wardrobe or making a statement at your next event. Let's get started. So guys, as you can see, the first thing I did was to rule a starting line at the top of the pattern paper. Then I took my vertical body measurement starting with the bust point line. For the client I'm making this dress for, the bust point is about 12 inches and the under bust is 15 inches, then the waist is 18 inches, okay? So I'm going to label it as the bust point, the under bust, and the waistline or the half length. Now I'm just going to head over to the top of the starting line this way. I'm going to take the half of the shoulder measurement. Shoulder measurement is 16 divided by 2 is giving me 8 inches and I'm going to mark it this way, and then I'm going to take the neckline. So I'm just taking the standard neckline of 3 inches by 3 inches. You can do 3.5 just like you see me doing here. So this is not just going to be the neckline I'm using, I'm going to alter it soon after when I'm ready to transfer the pattern to my fabric. So as you can see, I'm marking 3.5 inches for the width and 3.5 inches for the depth, and I went ahead to connect it just the way you see me doing. And then I'm going to head over to this side of the shoulder and come downwards by 1 inch for the shoulder slope, and then also connect it with a straight line like this, okay? And then the next thing I'm going to do is to mark the armhole measurement. Now the armhole is 18 inches divided by 2 gives me 9 inches, and I'm going to mark that here, and whatever is left from that armhole downwards is going to be our chest line. So I'm just going to make sure it's 2 inches, and then I'm going to make sure that everything is corresponding before connecting the lines. After I was done marking out the lines, I went ahead to label it as CL, which is the chest line. And then the next thing that follows is the bust line, which is known as nipple to nipple. After marking 3.5 inches on the nipple to nipple, I went ahead to also make sure that I mark the upper chest line. So I'm going to come upwards like this and mark about 2 inches more for the upper chest line. This is the part where your inner part of your dress stops and covers enough cleavage without leaving any boobs outside, okay? So I'm just going to label it as the upper chest line, which is known as the UPCL, and then I'll just go ahead now and just connect the nipple to nipple measurement on that line. And then at this point of the shoulder, I'm going to divide it into 2. Whatever I have there is what I'll divide into 2, because I'm going to actually draft the yoke. So what I'm dividing into 2 right now is the part where I'm going to be drafting the bustier. The bustier arm is extended up until the shoulder, okay? So I'll just go ahead and divide it into 2 and then curve the armhole the way you see me doing, okay? Connect the armhole before trying to connect the that from that point. So I made a mistake right here. I'm going to connect these lines afterwards because I made a mistake, like I said. So I'm supposed to leave it at the bust point, but I totally forgot. So I'm just going to correct it later on. So I'll come downwards at this bust point line. I'm going to mark 1 inch downwards. And then the next thing is to draft the dart leg, okay? So on the under bust line, go ahead and mark your dart measurement. So I'm going to take 2 inches, in which I will be sharing it on each side. You can do 1 inches on both sides, but for me I did 0.75 on the inner seam, which is the center front, and then I did 1.25 for the outer side, which is the side front. So as you can see, they are not equal. I'm just going to connect them with a curve ruler towards the bust point where I marked the 1 inch line. So I'll just go ahead and curve this part very well, and then for the other side, which is the center front, I'm just going to leave it slightly straight. And then the next thing is to draw a straight line from there towards the shoulder, while I also cancel and do away with the wrong line. Now I'm going to take in that on this part of the upper bust, okay? So I'll go ahead now and just mark 1/2 inch on both sides, and then also curve it this way, connect them like this. And then for this part of the side front, I'm going to connect them like this. Now I'm using my marker to bring out the lines clearly for you guys to see, and then I'm just going to head over to do the same thing for the other side. So while I marked 1/2 inch on the center front, I'm going to mark 1/2 inch later on the side front, because I also marked 0.75 there. So I'll bring out the lines and then shade out the part which is going to be discarded. And for this part of the center front, come downwards on your upper chest line by 1 inch to 1.5 inches. So I'm going to mark 1 inch right now because I will later adjust it when I'm cutting on fabric. So I'll go ahead and just make a curve this way. Okay, so for this part I'm just making a random curve because this is not the curve I want to take, but because I'm just drafting, I will just make a random curve this way. This is just something that took a resemblance of what we're going to take. And as for the side front here towards the armhole, you don't need to curve it because that's a pattern for a tube bustier, so we're going to be leaving that out, and then head over straight to the shoulders. So because we're going to be making a connection to the shoulders, I will go ahead and mark out the 1 inch we're going to give away from this part because of the darts on the bust. Okay, so we're going to connect it this way towards that point of the bust. So this is what I have after I was done connecting. You can see how it is. So I came out by 1 inch extra to replace the darts we are taking out, and then I drew a new armhole line from there. So I'll go ahead now and also connect the top this way, and then the side front is almost ready. What's left right now is to draw the round body measurement, which is the horizontal measurement. So I'm going to be measuring what we have for our bust and divide by 4. Added the darts I took away and added 1.5 inch extra for general sewing allowance. Did the same thing on the bust, on the under bust, and lastly the waistline. So I'll go ahead now and just mark all the measurements before drawing out the lines on the side. So guys, the side front is ready. I'm going to label the patterns as center front and side front. Okay, and then I'm going to shade out all this part because we're going to be removing them when we are cutting, and then connect this line at the bottom this way before cutting out everything. So this is what it looks like after I was done. I'm just going to open up the center front so you guys get a clear picture of what it's going to look like after this is ready. Now that it is ready, the next step is to draft our yoke. So we're going to draft the upper part, which is going to be overlapping on this bustier. So for you to do that, go ahead and just fold your paper or get half of it and then draw a starting line just like we did for the bodice pattern. Then mark a neck measurement as usual, which is the same thing I marked for our first pattern, which is the bodice, okay, which is the bustier. So I'm just going to duplicate that right away and then connect it into a curved line with a curved ruler. After I was done, the next I'm going to do now is to take our slope. Okay, so just like we did for the first pattern, we are going to repeat the same thing on the yoke pattern. So this is what I have right away. So far you can see that we are having same measurement for the depth. So our yoke is supposed to be 12 inches long in depth, but I just had about 10 inches here. So you need 12 inches paper to get the measurements we are looking for. Then go ahead and mark your chest line, your upper chest line from that part, and then connect your armhole just the way you see me doing. So the armhole is 9 inches. I'm just going to connect it just like I did the first time, and then this is what it looks like. I'm going to shape it as well. So this is very easy, so simple. So all you need to do now is just to connect the upper chest line just like we did for the first one, and then go ahead and label them as well so that you don't get confused. This is going to be our chest line. So the next thing you want to do is to measure the keyhole you want to achieve on this yoke. So take the depth of the measurement from the neckline, curve it towards the armhole. So I'm going to trim out this excess, and then this is what it looks like after I place them together. This is how it should look like before cutting it out on fabric. So I'm going to go upwards from that point where the bustier started from, okay, like where the bustier center front is stopping at, and then I'm just going to mark 1.5 inch there to 1 inch. You can mark 1 inch right now, but later you can increase it. So I'm just being careful not to overdraft, okay. And after that, I place my curved ruler this way to get the curve and the shape we are seeing on the picture. So after cutting, I realized my camera wasn't really capturing the moments where I'm supposed to get that curve. So I'm going to explain it one after the other. So this is the main pattern, okay, which is the bustier pattern, and the part where you are seeing, which I labeled the yoke, is the one that's supposed to overlap on the bustier pattern. And as you can see, there's an extension on the yoke because my paper was not up to 12 inches. I added about 1 inch to complete it, which enabled me to get to this length that you are seeing. Also, the yoke wasn't wide enough and I had a shortage of sewing allowance, so I added more paper to get the sewing allowance, which we have on our main bustier pattern. So like you can see, this is what it looks like when placed it together. Don't worry about the side picking up at the top. We're going to actually fit it in when we are stitching it on our fabric. So at the top of the neckline, I adjusted it at the width and marked 4.5 inches, but at the depth I just marked about 4 inches downwards, okay. And then at this side we're just going to fit it in like I said, and that's it for the yoke. So this is what it looks like actually when we are done stitching. Like when you're done joining the darts and then you're done with the yoke, this is what it's going to look, okay. So don't worry about the space here. It's going to take shape when you're done joining the dart on the waistline, okay. And then you can see that there is 1 inch space there. It's not constant for now. I'm going to adjust it later on. So like I said, I placed my curved roller to get this shape like this, and this is just it for everything on the front piece. So after this, we're just going to be drafting our back. Our back is just simple with just a waist dart. It's not that difficult. So I'm just going to label this as the side front, center front. The side front has 2 pieces, okay. We have the left and right side front, and then we'll have the yoke, which is going to be overlapping at the top of the bustier. So this is just it. As you can see, without this adjustment I made there, without the extension of paper that I added, we're going to be having shortages here. Can you see? So I'm just going to fold it in, and this is what it's supposed to look like if I didn't add that extra paper. And voila, this is what I have, okay. So we are done with the front piece. We're going to head over to the back to draft the back right away. So this is the back piece. It's a normal back bodice with zipper allowance. So the only difference is just to adjust the darts and also take the body measurement for the sides, the round body measurement. So after marking the darts nipple to nipple measurements, we are just going to connect it and mark 1/2 inch dart intake on both sides. So I'll go ahead and connect them like this with the ruler, and then also take out a little piece on the side like this, slanted, for the zipper bulge, because I don't want to have a bulge on my zipper, and then cut it out. That's just it. The neckline remains the same, the shoulder remains the same, and then this is what we have. Thank you all for watching up to this extent. In my next video, I'm going to be cutting it out on fabric and then stitch as well. So this is what we'll be needing so far for it. You need your Ankara, you are going to need your estee, you're going to need your padded, which is your breast pad, you're going to need your lining, and then your chiffon fabric. So I'm going to be using 2 yards of chiffon for this, and that's just it for this tutorial. This is the sneak peek of what it looks like after cutting on fabric. So I've gone ahead to add my estee to it, and I also cut out the lining pieces. So I have 2 pieces for the center front, lining and fabric with estee attached, 2 pieces for the yoke. One is going to serve as the lining, one is going to serve as the main fabric, and then 4 pieces for the side front with lining inclusive. And then same thing goes for the back pattern. So my loves, see you in the part 2 of this video. Bye.